Today we're going to look at dividing integers. So the process is pretty similar to what we did before with the multiplication. So we're going to get through this pretty quick. So let's say we start off with a positive 6 integer. So we're looking over here and we're dividing by a positive 2 integer. So we're working out how many times 2 goes into 6. In this case, it's going to be 3 times. Here now we have a negative 6 and we're going to divide it by a positive 2. So we're over here now, so negative 6 divided by 2, we're going to go half of that, which is going to be negative 3. Then we have a positive 6 here, divided by a negative 2, and that's going to give us a negative 3. And then we have a negative 6 here, divided by a negative 2, which if you knew before, back in the last one, 2 negatives make a positive. So we're just using the same sort of rule, so positive and positive equals a positive. A negative and a positive equals a negative, a positive and a negative equals a negative, and 2 negatives equals a positive. So looking at examples, so let's say we have a positive 6 divided by negative 3. So we can use the same little trick that we use for multiplication. So if we look at those as positive integers, we can do that. So we have 6 divided by 3. So we just have to work out how many times 3 goes into 6. So in this case, 3 goes into 6 2 times. And that will give us, looking at our signs, we have a positive 6 here and a negative 3 there. So that's a positive and negative, which equals a negative. We can put those together to give our answer of negative 2. Here we have a negative 10 and a negative 5. So looking at the positive integers, and that's wrong still. Alright, so I fixed it up. So we got minus 10 divided by a negative 2. So we have 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 5, and then we have a negative and a negative. So our answer is going to be a positive 5. Looking at our next one, so we have a negative 9 divided by a positive 3. So 9 divided by 3, 3 goes into 9 3 times, and we have a minus and a positive, which equals and a minus on there. So we have a negative 3. So let's look at something tricky now. So we have 2 times by negative 20 divided by negative 5 times by negative 1. So I'm going to split it up into our positives and negatives. So we have 3 negatives here, 1 positive. And we can do each part first. So 2 times by negative 20. So going back to what we did before is going to give us negative 40. So 2 lots of negative 20 equals negative 40. Then a negative 5 times by negative 1. We have 2 negatives next to each other, so it's going to give us a positive. So now we just have to work out this one here. So we have negative 40, and this sign here, remember that just means divide by 5. So 5 goes into 40 8 times, and we have a negative and a positive, which is going to give us a negative. So we're going to have our answer of negative 8. If you have any questions, come see me.